You wake up and everything feels quiet. Not peaceful quiet, just quiet. You go through your day, you talk to people, you smile when you're supposed to. But inside, there's this strange absence, like you're watching your own life happen instead of living it. You're not sad exactly. You're not anything exactly. It's like someone turned down the volume on everything you're supposed to feel. And the strangest part? You can't remember when it started. You just know that somewhere along the way, something inside you went still, and it never came back. If this is what you feel, you need to know something. You're not broken. You're not doing life wrong. And you're not the only one walking around with this quiet ache that no one talks about. This emptiness you feel, it's real. It's not laziness. It's not ingratitude. It's not you being difficult or dramatic. It's a real psychological experience that happens to more people than you'd ever imagine. They just don't say it out loud. Because how do you explain to someone that you feel nothing when you're supposed to feel everything? You can't, so you carry it silently. But that doesn't make it any less real, and it doesn't make you any less deserving of understanding. So what is this feeling really? In psychology, this kind of emptiness is often described as emotional numbness or disconnection from the self. But here's what that actually means in human terms. At some point, usually without realizing it, you stopped being connected to your own inner world. Your emotions, your desires, your sense of who you are beyond what you do or what others need from you. It's like you became so focused on surviving, on meeting expectations, on keeping everything together, that you quietly moved away from yourself. And now, when you look inward, there's just space. Not because there's nothing there, but because you've been living so far outside of yourself for so long that you forgot how to feel what's inside. You became a person who functions. But somewhere in that process, you stopped being a person who feels. This emptiness shows up in small ways that most people would never notice. You scroll through your phone for hours, not because you're enjoying it, but because stopping means sitting with the silence inside you. Someone asks what you want for dinner and you genuinely don't know, not because you're being polite, but because you can't access what you actually want. You watch other people get excited about things, birthdays, trips, good news, and you feel like you're on the outside of a glass wall. You can see the emotion, but you can't reach it. You say yes to plans, then feel nothing when they arrive. You accomplish things that should make you proud, and you just feel flat. Even the things that used to light you up, hobbies, music, people, they don't touch you the same way anymore. And the worst part, you can't fake your way out of it. You can fake a smile. You can fake interest. But you can't fake feeling something when there's just emptiness where the feeling should be. And here's where it gets complicated, because part of you desperately wants to feel something. Anything. You want to care. You want to be moved. You want to feel alive in your own life. But the other part of you is so numb that even wanting feels distant. You crave connection with people, but when they get close, you feel nothing. You want to be excited about your future. But you can't imagine feeling different than you do right now. There's this quiet war happening inside you between the part that remembers what it was like to feel and the part that has forgotten how. You're stuck between wanting to come back to life and not knowing if you even can anymore. So you exist in this strange in-between, not fully here, but not fully gone either. So you find ways to cope, not always healthy ones, but ways that help you get through. You keep yourself busy, endlessly busy, because if you stop moving, you'll have to face what's missing. You fill your time with noise, podcasts, videos, music, anything, so you don't have to hear your own thoughts. You might start depending on small dopamine hits, shopping, food, scrolling, not because you enjoy them, but because they make you feel something, even if it's temporary. Some people go the other way. They withdraw completely, stop answering texts, cancel plans, shrink their world down to just what's necessary because pretending to be okay takes too much energy. You might throw yourself into taking care of others, fixing their problems, being there for them because it's easier to feel something for someone else than to feel something for yourself. These aren't choices you made consciously. They're just how you learn to survive the emptiness. Now, here's what most people don't understand about emptiness. It didn't just happen to you randomly. Emptiness is actually a protection. It's what happens when feeling became too much, too painful, too overwhelming. and your mind decided the safest thing to do was to stop feeling altogether. Maybe you went through something that hurt you deeply. Maybe you spent years putting everyone else first and forgot you existed too. Maybe you had to be strong for so long that you couldn't afford to feel, so you just stopped. Your emptiness isn't a failure. It's a response. It's your mind's way of surviving something it couldn't process any other way. The problem is, when you shut down the painful feelings, you shut down all of them. Joy, sadness, anger, love, they all go quiet together. You can't selectively numb. So now you're left in this space where you're safe from pain, but you're also cut off from everything that makes life feel like living. That's the trade your mind made without asking you. If you're living with this emptiness right now, I want you to know something. You don't have to fix yourself today. You don't have to force yourself to feel. You don't have to pretend it's not there. This emptiness you carry, it's heavy. And it's okay to let it be heavy. You're allowed to be exactly where you are, even if where you are feels like nowhere. Understanding why you feel this way doesn't make it go away. But sometimes, just knowing you're not broken, that this happened for a reason, that it makes sense, that's enough for today. You've been living in survival mode for so long. And maybe right now, the bravest thing you can do is just acknowledge that. You feel empty, and that's real. And you're still here. And that matters more than you know. You're still here.